All right, hello, welcome to Ask Floh. I'm here to answer all of your security questions and help you survive in the digital world. So today, there's a question from AJ in Toronto, and he asks, I've seen some of my coworkers casually sharing all kinds of confidential client info in our company Slack channels. Honestly, it kind of freaks me out. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? Look, I don't want to go back to email, and I like the ease of team messaging, but what can we do to make sharing on chat less risky? Okay, yeah, there's a lot of different issues here. Depending on what kind of business you're in and depending on where your customers are, it might be that you're subject to a bunch of different regulatory requirements. And so, for example, something like GDPR might apply if you have customers in the EU. If you're in the financial industry, if you're in healthcare, there might be additional requirements depending on where your clients are. There's a lot of different stuff going on, and this is something that if you have a legal team, they might be able to help you with understanding what actually the issues might be there. So specifically with Slack, one of the issues is that if people are sharing confidential information in channels, that's searchable by everyone in the company. So that might be a lot of people who theoretically have access to that information who shouldn't. As well, Slack is not encrypted. The data sits on Slack servers, where Slack employees or theoretically someone who hacks Slack might be able to gain access to that information after the fact. So that's really a thing to watch out for. Now, I noticed that you mentioned email, and the thing about email is it's not necessarily any better. So, whenever you do bring up this conversation, that's something to point out, right? There's no need to go back to email because email is maybe not even protecting you, depending on how your email is set up. That might actually be a bad idea. So, one of the things that you should consider is having some kind of encrypted solution, in particular end-to-end encrypted, for sharing that kind of information. So maybe you want to establish some kind of two-tier system, or maybe you just want to move everything over to something that's a little bit like Slack, has that same ease of communication, but also has sort of more guarantees regarding confidentiality. So this is something to bring up with IT, to bring up with management, whatever the structure is internally. And the main thing really is to understand your risks and see if this is actually something that could get you into trouble, and take it from there. And really, I commend you for thinking about this. I think a lot of people don't think too deeply about the data they're handling, and data is really important and is really tricky. You should think about it and worry about it. So thank you for the question, and talk to you next time.